Good morning, students. Welcome back to my online class. Today, we shall begin chapter 4, that is, The Other Side. Its author is Jacqueline Woodson. Jacqueline Woodson is an American author who has written over 30 books for children and for young adults. Students, Jacqueline Woodson is an American writer. She has written around 30 books, especially for the children and for young adults. The themes of her stories deal with issues relating to gender, race, class, family, and history. Most of the books that she has written or the stories that she narrates, its basic themes were such as gender, race, class, family, and history. She has received several awards for her books, including 3 Newbery Awards. Newbery Awards means library service that she had provided for the children, where she had contributed most distinguished American literature that was specially meant for the children, as well as Margaret A. Awards, Edwards Award for Lifetime Achievement in Writing for Young Adults, and she has received Edwards Award specially for writing books for young adults. Now let us start reading. I request all of you to go through the books as I read and explain. This story is set against the background of racism. So this book, The Other Side, it is based on racism. Racism, in a simple language, we could say that it is a belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities so as to distinguish them as inferior or as superior in the society. A fence runs across a town, separating the areas occupied by white people and black people. So here narrator Jacqueline Woodson is telling that in a town where white people lived and on the other side black people lived, and in between both there was a fence that runs across. So in between both of them fence was made so that none of them can cross the boundary, that barrier. But what happens when two children from opposite sides of the fence question why it has been built at all? So now the question is in the mind of two children of both the sides, that is white and black children. Both of them have the question that why this fence is made over here. And what happens later on, it is given in the book. That summer, the fence that stretched through our town seemed bigger. Here narrator is telling that when she saw the fence that was made over in a town, it seemed as bigger. We lived in a yellow house on one side of it. So she's telling that she lived in one of the yellow house on one side of it. White people lived on the other side. So white people lived the other side. Mama said, "Don't climb over that fence when you play." She said it wasn't safe. So here narrator's mother is telling that when you go to play, don't climb on that particular fence because it is not safe for you. That summer, there was a girl who wore a pink sweater. Each morning she climbed up on the fence and stayed over at our side. So she is telling about the white girl. One summer, what happens? She's looking at a white girl. There was a girl who wore a pink sweater. So she is seeing a girl who is wearing a pink sweater. Every morning she climbed up on that fence and she looked at the other side and stayed over at our side. So narrator is telling that a girl one who wore the pink sweater, every morning she climbed on that particular fence and she looked at our side. That's what narrator is telling here. Sometimes I stayed back. She never sat on that fence with anybody. She didn't. Even here narrator is telling that even when that white girl stared at me, even I looked at her. And she also observes that the white girl never sat on the fence with anybody. She did not sit on the fence with anyone. So I stop here. Next, rest of the paragraphs I will continue in the next video. Thank you.